Hey guys, what's up? It's Trunks and welcome to Clash of Saiyans. On today's episode, we will be taking a look at Week 11 of the CWL where we had the Archer Outlaws versus the PhatKatz. The Outlaws were able to secure the victory by percentage with both sides having 70 stars, but we were able to edge out the percentage with a 94.96 destruction to the PhatKatz 93.12. Just like last week, I have brought on one of our co-leaders to help me out with today's recap. The special guest is Beth, aka Tenten. He has stepped up big this season, securing us multiple 3 stars on the Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 11 or 10 level. Go ahead and say hi, Beth, if you want.
Hey guys, what's going on? It was definitely a good war this week against PhatKatz. We got a good victory this week and looking for another good week next week in playoffs against Gahazi Bomber. Hopefully we can pull off the win and get to next round. And here Anonymous is going in with the nice 10v11 attempt we had this week. He just pulls out a standard gobo with witches on each corner to help with the funneling. The funnel goes really nice. He gets an easy entry into the base. The witches were able to shoot over the walls and get those mortars, which help the golems and bowlers get some of the trash on the outer ring, just to break that ring. So his king, queen, and bowlers go into that base really nice. The troops work in there. He has a freeze, rage, and a heal for the core, which works really nice because he freezes the Inferno, gets the rage and the heal down, so the bowlers are able to do a ton of damage in the core, and they take out everything in there, and it's really no doubt at this point. He's up to about 46%. His queen's still at full health, and he's got a couple of baby dragons in the back for percent. So just really a nice attack by Anonymous and able to get this Town Hall 11 down and really quick.
Yeah, I thought this one was nice because he brought those witches, which was something different because typically we just bring the golems and the bowlers on the side, but the witches definitely gave him the extra element to help him secure that funnel and get that 3 star. But up next, we got Tenten, aka Beth, coming in for the 10v10 3 star. So, Beth, feel free to explain how you came up with this plan, the planning behind it, and all these steps while you were attacking what you did.
All right, so he's got a lot of good value up here. He's got 2 wizard towers, 2 expos, an inferno, the queen, and both the bomber towers just kind of sitting there, really exposed. The bowlers and the king and the valkyries that we added in there did a really nice job. They really tore up the core of the base, easily getting the inferno and a ton of point defense. The CC went down quite nice. The king pushed through the base, and at this point, my queen is still at full health. She took care of the lava hound pretty quick, and he's got those Town Hall 9 cannons, which are really easy for these hogs to push through, especially with the new level 7 heal spells. My queen at this point is still kind of at full health in the base. We have hit this base, or we did hit this base once. Bugsy Moran, aka Fort Knox, who was on here last week, hit this base, but as you can see at 9 o'clock there's 2 Tesla farm, or that Tesla farm pop, and there's going to be a giant bomb there. So what we decided to do is bring a giant and 2 hogs to trigger that giant bomb just to get that out of the way. Keep the hogs up at full health so they're able to clean up. And we brought a Skelly spell this time just for some extra cleanup because we missed a couple storages in the middle of the base, as you can see there. And the Skelly spell just worked really nice for the cleanup. The hogs worked around, and the base was basically wrecked. One thing that I thought was funny is my hogs are only level 5 as a Town Hall 10, and I had them in the lab to upgrade. And right before the attack, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go in. And as soon as I clicked attack, I was like, oh no. I completely forgot to gem my hogs to level 6, so it was a good thing that they were able to work through it.
Yeah, those hogs, they've been really going good for us so far the past few weeks on those 10v10 attacks. So it was nice to see that we were able to pull off another one just for this week. But yeah, go ahead if you want, and feel free. We have actually your Town Hall 9 attack on this one as well if you want to take the lead on this one.
Well, at first when I saw this base, I saw the 9 o'clock area was pretty easy queen walk for a funnel. There wasn't much DPS, so I knew I wasn't going to have to burn a rage. I saw those 2 wizard towers over there with the king that were an easy entry and a funnel on the right side there. The CC came out and I had a double poison for it, and the funnel went really nice, so my troops just went easily into this base. Most of the golems were, I think I still had a full golem going into the base at full health. My queen and healers are still working, and at this point I have 2 rages and a jump, and my troops are kind of at full health. I already got 40% of the base down, so At this point, my spotter, aka Max, he just told me this base was wrecked and just kind of went from there. I sprinkled in a few hogs at the 10 o'clock area just to take care of some of those defenses up there, and took care of this base pretty easily.
Yeah, I thought it was nice when you went to hit this base. The timing of your first golem was actually perfect because it basically the Barb King and then the Clan Castle came out and locked on to that golem. And even though you had the spare one in the bag coming in behind it, your queen and everybody else was able to still walk in behind, take out that Clan Castle and that Barb King, and then just walk into the base. And the golem was the only thing that took the damage right off the start. So like you said, by the time you actually entered into the base, everybody was working together. The Barb King was down, the Clan Castle was dealt with, and you had about 40% of the base with 2 Rages, that jump, and a Golem out tanking pretty much everything as your Hogs are able just to walk through the base.
Next up here, we got Steven attacking. This I think was his first CWL war with us, and he stepped up pretty big. I believe he actually got a 6-pack this war for us, which was really nice. Props to him for that. He's been working really hard these past couple of weeks trying to plan and build bases, so it was nice to see him get a few good wars in with us and have a good war this week for CWL, and hopefully he steps up big in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to see some new blood in here. But yeah, he comes in with that 2 golem spread right at the start, creates a huge funnel, gets that jump in there, and then puts that poison down right on that Clan Castle perfectly in the base. The queen ends up walking out on him outside of the base, but that poison just basically demolishes that Clan Castle, and then that queen walking around the side actually kind of helps him out because she begins working on that cleanup already right off the start. And then he comes in with the La Lune just to save that queen to make sure she doesn't take too much damage from the point defense on the bottom side of the base. But she's still working with that ability, and then he just has his La Lune coming straight in. Tons of balloons just engulfing that first air defense as he works right into it.
He's still got, pretty much as he's working through this base now, he's got a whole clump of balloons, pretty much a full health Lava Hound with a heal and a haste. And at this point, the base is pretty much demolished. His queen is still working outside, as Trunk said, with good cleanup, and he's just got a wad of balloons going into that Tesla farm with a heal spell. And this base is pretty much crushed, so good job to Steven this week.
Yeah, he pretty much stepped up big on this one for us because I know at one point we were struggling a little bit just to get moving. So it's always nice when you have somebody come in that's willing to plan new, and you kind of want to see how they do, and they step up big for you and just crush a base like that. So it's always nice to see this come through. But next up we have Ebalin coming in with a Queen Walk Go Boho, and he's going to start off with this Queen Walk up at 9 o'clock. Once again, kind of like Beth's attack, there's not a lot of point defense up there, but he's able to take them on in small waves, so that way he does not have to burn an initial rage on the queen while she takes on that initial cannon and archer tower, and then she's going to work her way down. Tesla pops on him, so he does use that rage at that point for her, just to make sure that she stays up as she's working through all that. And his healers start to get touched by that air defense, but then that sweeper helps him out. I believe he planned for that initially, which was a very good scout on that. And then he just comes in with those golems on the bottom side, so that way they start tanking the buildings or the point defenses before the queen gets down there, which helps him out. But he's got a really huge funnel just on this bottom side, which helps him get in here and start to work on just basically crushing the bottom side of this base. Those golems are just standing there, barely taking any damage. He finally gets down those extra buildings down there, and then his golems redirect, and he comes in with that Barb King and bowlers right into the core.
Yeah, it was definitely a really nice funnel by E-Ball. He got about 40% of the base just off this funnel. It's always huge when you see that. I've been seeing a lot of Town Hall 9 attacks lately that just drop in about 2 golems and bring about like 20 wizards. Maybe that's a little bit of exaggeration, but about 14, 13 wizards, and they got about 30 to 40% of the base down before they're even entering with their heroes. And it just works really nice. You got a big funnel into the base, and the wizards are just sitting behind those golems, taking out a ton of point defense that you don't have to deal with later on.
Yeah, and he's able to work those hogs around the top side of the base very nice. And he's patiently waiting and sitting on that poison spell, so he's able to get that down on his hogs on the top side when those or skelly spells actually pop up to make sure that he does not lose those hogs. And in the end, he does have the Lava Hound pop, and it does some work in the middle of the base, but his queen eventually ends up stepping up and taking care of that. But he's got enough hogs working on the outside of the base that at this point it's just pretty much demolished, and there's not much left that can be done on this.
Yeah, just a good war this week by the Archer Outlaws. Hopefully we can come through in the playoffs and hopefully make a good run at it this week. Good job to everybody from the Archer Outlaws this week, and look forward to warring with y'all next week.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up things today for us, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. If you want to see anything in particular, please feel free to let me know, and I'll try to bring whatever I can for you guys. But until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in.